Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Transport Fever. And I've been doing quite a bit of upgrading of the tracks going in between Provo and Denton, as we have a total of 3 trains using that track area. So what I've been doing is just adding in a second line right next to the other one and giving the trains possibilities to switch from one side of the track to the other when pretty much ever they want to. And we'll put a signal right there. Put a signal here. And a signal there. Alright, so what I've been trying to do is before every station, I've been trying to give a way to get, over if they wanted to. And then before the next thing, they get another way of getting over if they want to. And that's pretty much going to be it, I think, for this line. Except probably I'll want another switch to bring trains over to this side if they want to be on that side. So let's go ahead and do that. And we can actually take advantage of this signal that already exists here. So we want trains that are on this track to be able to go over. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Like so. Okay. And then we'll put in our signals. So signal there. And then a signal here and a signal here. That way we should not have any collisions. Alright, looking good. Pretty happy with the situation. I think we have signals and interchanges throughout the line here so that the trains can use either track if they want to. So let's see how well that worked. So right now, this is our passenger train. Now this cost, quite a bit of money to get these upgrades, but I think it's going to be worth it. And I think we also made the line overall higher speed, so that should help as well. At least in the future when we have faster trains, it will. Okay, there he goes dropping off his passengers. Nice profit, and then he gets filled up with 13 passengers. We're still kind of working on this line. Hopefully it will get more profitable and we'll have more things going on. But right now, every line we have is profitable except for a couple of our newer lines. The one running in Denton right now is not profitable, but I think it will get more profitable as we start getting passengers moved. I mean, look at that. We've got bunch of passengers sitting here. We just have to get the wagons that are running this line working on the passengers. And it's a new line, so it will eventually be profitable. Outside of that, I'm pretty pleased with everything. This should actually improve the speed of the trains coming back and forth pretty dramatically. I don't know, the freight trains might still be a little slowed down by the fact that they have to kind of share a single track here. Now, another thing I might want to consider doing is adding in a double track in here, because there are 2 passenger trains going through to Provo, and having just one line could make that problematic. One thing I'm going to want to do, though, is I think I'm going to want to upgrade the station here to at least a 2-line track. Because I'm thinking one thing I'd like to do is take the other line and have a bend that goes out this way so that we can get over to Evansville and High Point across the water here. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, look at that. You know what? We could do a water line here. I haven't really done anything with the water horses, but I am seeing a good opportunity to try it out. I have really no idea how this works. There we go. That looks legal. We just need to figure out a placement for this sucker. Alright, so we've got both passenger and freight, though. We have to consider that. It looks like... hold on. If I back out here a little bit. District-wise... We're going to be right near a consumer district. Now, we can hook these districts up pretty easily, in my mind. As a matter of fact, Modesto, how big of a city are you? So we already have it in order. Modesto's close to the bottom. Where would we want the ship to go? Well, Oceanside is relatively close to the water. We also have... Now, I can't tell. Do these bridges stop traffic? Because if they do, then that's kind of pointless, right? I would have to rebuild the bridges or something, right? Not really sure how all that works. I mean, I could do a tramway. That doesn't really help. Rays are lower with M and N. Okay, so... I'm not sure what this upgrade does. I'm assuming it adds a tram line, which is not what I want to do. I want to raise the bridge, but I'm not exactly sure. That might be something I have to do further back. But right now, with the bridges we've got, our water traffic is going to be very limited. But that's something I'd really love to do, because I, have no experience with it at all. Alright, well, I don't know if there's anything, like, goods-wise we can really take advantage of. First off, let me just take a look here. We do have a quarry, and we could boat goods from here to here, no problem. And then boat that to a city. Oh, that sounds like a fantastic idea, because most cities need construction materials. That's right here for their industry. So there's a lot we could do maybe with water traffic here if we put in things to transmit the goods. I could make a road here that goes from here to here and have a truck line going here. And then have maybe a water going stop. And then we have an actual station or a harbor off here. I would have to... Oh, okay, so that's tricky. It has to actually be inside the navigable waters, huh? Alright, well, we might be able to figure that out, but... I'm probably going to have to build a road to get it to be legal anyway. But for sure, I can build it... something here. How do the freight things look different? And then obviously we want the freight harbor to be something like that. Alright, well, we can work with this. I mean, I don't probably have enough money to really get it going, but first thing I'm going to need to do is figure out these bridges, because they're not nearly tall enough. Because as you can see, they block boat travel. At least I think they do. Build high bridges over rivers so that the ships can pass through. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and let time pass here on a slower speed, because I really would like to do water travel here. So let's see if we can figure out this bridge. Probably would be a good idea to just bulldoze the whole dang thing, right? Alright, we'll pause. I'll try and do this. Alright. So let's grab sure it's more road, right? Medium road. And it says M. All right, I'll connect the road myself. I just want to make sure that the bridge is legal. And not going to block traffic, which it looks like that's okay. Stone bridge, steel bridge, no bridge. All right, let's see what these look like. Stone bridge. That looks kind of cool. Steel bridge. Then we have that. That looks too modern. I like... the stone bridge, personally. I mean, this is probably super overkill for the bridge, but gets the job done. As a matter of fact, that's costing me a ton. All right, let's try and see if we can get this a little bit better. So... okay, so I want to raise it up. Raise it up. Okay, so this is more affordable and it doesn't block. Can we raise it down a little bit? No, see, it doesn't like that. It has to be at least that high or it will block traffic. All right, well, that's a little bit more affordable anyway. Let's see if we can straighten it out a little bit, though. All right, so hold on while I do some things here. I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze this whole section so we're not having any interference there. And then let's try this one more time. So, medium road. I'm going to try and make the bridge straight-ish. There we go. That's nice and affordable, I think. 283. Okay. And we'll do nice. Oh, okay. So this is a more affordable bridge. All right. So it doesn't look as period correct, but we'll take the affordability. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and level out the ground as well. So just to make it look a little prettier. And over here, not going to let me level it out. Doesn't look like. All right. Well, that will work. So we've got a way through, waterway through, at least down that far. So we can go to Evansville if we want. And we can also do the whole quarry to construction site. So that will work as well. So let me build road, a small country road. And we're going to have to do some things to keep it level-ish. Kind of like what we do with train tracks. And Almost there. Why is it having problems with the train? I don't get that. Collision train alignment. That's weird. I don't get what we're colliding with. There's nothing here. It's like we can get the road there, just short of connection. It's so weird. Whatever this sandy stuff is here, for some reason, it's causing collision. And I don't get why. See, I can do this all day long. Woo! But the second I try and connect these two, there's something blocking it. I don't understand what it is. See, I can literally build this almost like inches away. Alright, fine. We'll do that. Oh, that's such bull crap. Fine, we'll go around. That's the way it's gonna be. What's annoying is... it possibly can be, but... alright, whatever. There we go. Connected. I don't know why I had to go around that way, but okay. Okay, so, let's get our, truck stops here. So that looks like it will do it. That was a misclick, but alright. And then over here, we want another one. Trying to find a place where it doesn't have to have crazy terrain, but doesn't look like we're gonna get much luck with that. So we'll do that. And we'll set up a line here. Goes from here, because this is the quarry, to the place that's going to make the construction materials. Now I have to give a depot. Unfortunately, it's quite a bit a ways from any particular city. And it'll take the vehicles a while to get there, so I may have to just put a depot nearby. That's not really near any particular city. So I'll put the depot over here, I think. And we'll start buying road vehicles. We'll get the old, or the, well, newer horse carts. Okay. We'll set them on line 8 here. All right. Hopefully that's not too far. for them to come back and forth. And then the next thing we're going to want to do... Well, first off, we have this bridge that needs rebuilt. But I would like some good shipment back and forth between this and that, so we can get the construction materials where we want them. Now the question is, can we get a road for the dockyard? Because I want the dockyard nearby. And of course we have this stupid collision crap, so it's going to be nearly impossible to do it here. Would I have better luck with actual roads here? I absolutely hate it. I'm just a little bit afraid that where I put the dockyard will be too far away from the construction site, so let's see, water, cargo harbor. I just want to see, first off, I want the, there we go. I just want to see if we can get this in where it's not attached to a city and if it's legal. So from what I can see, this would be legal. I just don't have the money for it right now. Okay. But we've started our selves on course to get this set up. So let's go ahead and just start things back up. We've got a bridge. We've got to build another bridge to make this work. But we will come back and forth with a freight ship. At least I'm hoping we can get a freight ship. I don't know if we even have one, to be honest with you. And let's take a look at our lines. The line 8 isn't profitable, but we just set that up. I'm aware line 10 isn't profitable, and line 13 is newer as well, so... just going to be a matter of waiting for income here. And we're going to need to, again, build another bridge here. That's high enough that we can get our watercraft back and forth. So we're just going to be time being patient. See how our passenger train's doing. Got 13 passengers. How many passengers are waiting at the station? We've got 26 passengers for line 12 and 64 for the other one. So we should get a much fuller going that way. Okay, our other train's on its way. Probably a good idea to start thinking about an upgrade of this train to get it more passenger cars. Because it's full capacity, which is obviously meaning that we're not making as much money as we could on this line. Why is it stopped here? Oh, so this train's on the course that it wants to take. Alright, so apparently I have this set up all wrong. But maybe we can modify that in the future. Alright, so we're starting to get a little bit more cash. I'd like to get more income with this train, so I'm going to be doing an upgrade here. As soon as it offloads, it's going to come back to Provo with its passengers, and then we'll upgrade it. We're leaving so many passengers behind. I mean, we're still profitable on this line. It just, we could have much more profit than we currently have. Just one of those things that I wish I hadn't sold the old cars that were on the old train, because that cut into this train's ability to deliver passengers quite a bit. All right, so we're going to slow down here. And once this train pulls into station, I'm going to have to be quick on the reflexes to make sure we don't lose any passengers into the void. As soon as we're empty or close to it, I'm going to pause. Okay, we got one passenger. Send them into waiting free path. Why isn't there a free path? Yeah, okay. Didn't take long. We got 1 million. I'm probably going to spend most of that upgrading this train with a couple passenger cars. Okay. So buy trains. You're going to get 2 of these cars. 1, 2. And line 3 it is. All right, out you go. And I think in the next video we'll work on increasing our ability to do things through the water. Because I just like to see how that mechanic works, to be honest with you. Okay, so we picked up 64 passengers. How many are left waiting on the station? For line 3, 42. But I think we'll start getting ahead of that. We've got 62 there. I mean, we're definitely doubling how many passengers we're carrying on each trip, so... Good, we've got a new train here, as well as a new ship. Again, I don't know how ships work, so... Alright, so we're at full capacity now. Oh, actually, that's with our freight train, passenger train. 27 to 32, so still not quite there. We don't really need to upgrade that train just yet. And how many are waiting for him for pickup? Only 21, so... Okay. How are you doing on speed with those extra cars? Top speed is 60. But you just did pull out of the station, so it might take you time to build up. Okay, there we go, 60. All right. Drop off passengers there. Pick up passengers. Off you go. Let's see how that's affecting the population of Denton. So, Denton is where on the list? There. I mean, I don't know where they were on the list before. Another thing that we could do, along with upgrading the lines that we have here, we could also send a freight train sending food to Hampton to help there. But I want to see how much money we get here with this train arriving. There we go. Definitely more profit now. And we're not having quite as many passengers waiting. How profitable is line 3 now? Not bad. All right. Now that we've gotten that taken care of, let's go ahead, come back down here to the water course. So we've been building up our stone and getting it over to the construction area. So now it's time to set up our water course. And I'd also like to use these water course to deliver people back and forth. For instance, Evansville here. As a matter of fact, we could probably already start that in Modesto. So let's do that, because I want to get some passenger travel here. So I think what I'd like to do as far as streets go, is I like to build a street that connects over here to the water course. We're just going to go ahead and do straight street that goes like that, and then goes... There we go. That's what I was looking for. And that way, when we get our dock in here, I'm going to want a passenger one. Now, these seem to be very expensive compared to train stations. I just want to make sure watercourse doing okay here. So we got 202. Let's do a little bit closer here. And we might even be able to do it at this intersection for a cost of 201. Not too bad. Okay. We're also going to want to eventually set up a train line here. So, or a train line from Provo to Evansville. So we'll have the boat come back and forth for passengers from Evansville down here. But then we'll have a train to go to Evansville to get people from Provo to Evansville, Evansville to Modesto here. And we may do something with the train line to High Point or somewhere else. Who knows? But in any case, let's get our bus routes maybe later. First, let's go to Evansville here. So what are you looking like? Okay, so you've got residential all in there. So I think having the harbor right off of this wouldn't be too bad. So let's go in there. We have the passenger harbor. We're going to need to spin that sucker around. Now we're going to need it on land. That might not work quite as we want it. What I might do here is bulldoze this and then just redraw it myself, but just not quite so long. So let's say to there. Okay. We grab port and we bring it in close as it allows us. See if we can rotate a little bit. Now it looks like that's as good as she gets. So 202. We've got some residential area coverage. So those are our two passenger harbors. So depot now. We're going to need a water. Now I don't know how these work. So I'm assuming you just put it in somewhere. So we know we're going to have a harbor over here as well. And putting the dock right there, I don't think is too bad, right? Alright, so now we're going to want to buy a ship. Alright, let's see what kind of ships we have. So we've got... This is a passenger type. It has 50 passengers and it has a speed of 22 kilometers an hour. We've got this, which is 75 passengers and 26 kilometers an hour. Costs 417. We can't afford that. We have this guy here, which is 20 kilometers an hour, and he can haul crude oil, oil, and fuel. And then for everything else, we've got this thing, which would be able to haul construction material, which is what we're looking for. And that goes 20 kilometers an hour. So we have pretty much two different passenger vehicles. And it looks like this vehicle and this vehicle are very similar. Maybe not quite, but they're similar speeds. Oh, okay, this is much heavier. All right, well, in any case, we're going to go ahead and do this. This is faster. It can haul more passengers. Maybe not worth it necessarily right now. They both last 50 years. All right, well, I'm going to go with this anyway, because we're going to have fun here. Go ahead and buy it. And we're going to set it on a new line. And that line is going to go from here to all the way down here. There we go. Let's see. Won't be able to afford any bus lines right now. But I want to see this bad boy in action. So let's crank her up and watch the boat come on out. We got ourselves a nice riverboat. See the paddles spinning her up there. Okay. Well, I don't know how profitable this is going to be, but I just wanted to do it to see how it'll work. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. I mean, the harbors are expensive, and the ships, I mean, I'd say they're about as expensive as a train, but you don't have all the extra cost of the infrastructure of a rail line. Now, the boats are obviously slower. I mean, 22 kilometers versus 60, but it gives us another means of getting things moved. So where are you heading? All right, so you had to kind of turn around there. Okay. All right, well, you're going to be running without any passengers for a little while. But we can improve that now that we have some cash by setting up some bus routes. And again, I'm also going to want to get a train over to Evansville. And a good place to put the train would actually be right here. And we can do a nice end stop for that. But before we get too carried away, let's go ahead and do our bus routes here. So let's get our road vehicles going. So we're going to want passenger. And we're going to have something near the dock. And this would also probably cover the train station if we put it over there. And then we'll do something over here in this neighborhood. We've got nice coverage. And then we'll come down to this neighborhood. Get nice coverage. And then down over here. There we go. So we've got 4 stops. Evansville, I don't know how big of a city it is. Check that out. But you know what? This video has gone quite long, so I'm going to go ahead and put a cut here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll set this stuff up in the next video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.